Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Influence. Thank you for joining me today. We got the Siyang Cultural Y-C001. This is their Metroplex. I'm not even gonna butcher the name any further, you know. And this is a Legends Metroplex. I see a lot of people trying to compare like the generations and it saying it's too small. Now I do agree with everybody saying that the generations is probably a better Legend scale and they're Titans, and I do agree, and I will compare probably Fort Max to Metroplex in a minute. But yeah, this is supposed to be a Legends Metroplex. Things off the back, you know how I do. Plastics feel kind of strange. It's kind of KO adjacent. It feels like somewhat, but it's not bad. I mean, it's supposed to be a Legends figure, so that it is what it is. What else? There's a couple pieces that pop off that won't stay on right. Now I don't know if that's user error. Perfectly well could be, but in any case, it doesn't, it doesn't stay right, and stuff pops off, like where the battery covers, like here, that's look like it's popping off. But other than that, it's pretty great. It's a pretty great figure. I'm excited because I don't have a Metroplex period in no line. I don't know why I never got the generations. I just wasn't collecting when I saw it. Well, I wasn't full force collecting when I saw it. So also comes with mad batteries. We'll get into the accessories, but it comes with mad batteries and places for them. So if you need to know what's up with that, I won't get into detail here. I got a different video that you can see. It's probably up now. So if you're watching this before that, or maybe you saw that already, I don't know, but that'll let you know how to put all the batteries in and everything. It's not really that difficult once you start, but the directions are in Chinese, and it's hard at first. It took me like 45 minutes to figure some stuff out. I had to trial and error, plus I was recording. All right, so let's get on with this review. Let's get into accessories. I'm gonna try not to block stuff. His guns, he gets these guns first. Move this up a little bit. You see it's a black cast. It's just all has good sculpting, good molding, and they have the magnets to turn on the lights, which we'll get into that. He gets these two gigantic guns, which are pretty big, and they just peg in his hand like typical figures, masterpiece or otherwise. I used to say typical masterpiece, but now everybody uses it. Single cast, nothing spectacular. Molding, it's all red. Molding is or maroon plastic. Molding is great, and that's about it. The handle folds up, of course, for city and spaceship mode. This does come off. I am really I don't know. I gotta figure out a way to keep all this stuff on, because most of the stuff that pops off to put lights in come out and are not secure. And that's one of the gripes I had with this figure. Like the front of the gun, you pop this off to get it out and secure it. I really want to glue it, but then I'm not going to ever be able to change the batteries. So I don't know. So you get two of those. You get the directions for the batteries, and these are in Chinese. I had to use my translation app, and then I still messed up. You also get a clicker thing. You get all the batteries you need. You get all of the circuit boards for the LED panels. You get the LED panels, which they're already installed. I'm not really going to show. I'll probably show one because it keeps popping off, so it's easy to open. But like I said, my other video goes into extreme detail about this. Kudos to them. They have like a clicker where you can click the lights on. That runs down the battery, however. And like I said in the video, my battery install video, I believe it's because the circuit board that it uses has to always be like kind of in a standby mode. I don't know, I could be off. I mean, I'm a little bit electronically inclined, so that's my thinking. You get the remote, so I'm not using, you get mad batteries, so I already put all the batteries in, and these are all the extras that are left. So you have like 3 times the battery needed, and you got an extra one for the head. You got a battery for the actual clicker also, so that's great that they give you that. Now that's the reason it took me so long for this review, because customs, of course. That's why places don't ship with batteries a lot of times. It took them 3 times to ship this for it to get to me, which I got from Show Z. You get the directions, which are fine. I mean, Metroplex isn't a complex transformation, never has been. You get extra parts of these, which I think is great too. Like I said, the plastic feels like kind of gummy, and I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't feel like great plastic, especially on these parts. That's probably why they gave you extra, because in case these break or something. And I'll show you where that is. And you get a little builder figure that has 0 directions really, but it's easy enough to put together. It just comes on sprues still, so you got that. And yeah, it got a little stand so it can stand up. It's wind blade, of course. And I wish it would have been painted. It's not painted, it's just all this clear. I guess you could paint it maybe. I don't know how you would do this. I guess paint all the parts that aren't red, that don't need to be red. I'm not a good painter, and I wouldn't, fool with it. It does come with swords. She does move a little bit. She has some articulation, not much, as you can see. Shit pops off. And yeah, so it's not really great connections. A lot of stuff is loose. Her head goes up and down. It moves. It does have some articulation, like I said, though. I mean, you got legs, you got her feet, so you can get her in a pose if you can stand her up, and plus she comes with the stand, so that's cool. So you put her on that if you want her to look like she's fighting or something. You can have her on there. The box is nice, has good box art. It did come in a box, so it has an outer box and the inner box. Some of the stuff I figured out through the box, so there's that. Oh, you got these too. I don't know where they go. I don't know if they insert somewhere or something, or is a filler for something. I only got one, and I looked around. You also get screw hole covers, and the screw hole covers just go on here. There's holes right here, right here, and right here on the outer, and then there's a hole on this side. It's on the inner, because they, of course, they use the same arm mold and probably just switched it around. Now I wanted to put one in there. I wish it came with more, because I think I did put one in there, but then these actual holes have like the slits where you can tell that it's supposed to go there. So one there, and one there, which it does fill in, but I would have liked to fill in that just because. But yeah, like I said, this, I have no idea where it goes. It could go anywhere, but it has no type of connection point or anything. So I don't know what it is. Almost forgot the little buddy. I got him in here. I forget his name, but the little tank dude, I'm not sure if he transformed. I can't remember. I think he did a little bit in the original, but yeah, you get that too, and that's cool. And he doubles in the city mode, and that's great as well. We'll compare him to Fort Max, and you see just how small he is actually next to a Generations. And like people said, I think the Generations is better suited for Legends. I think that's a scale, I think it's just a better scale. So let's bring in some Legends regular figures. So we got Double Dealer here. We got Beachcomber, Cerebros, and Sea Spray. So you see how he is next to them, which is pretty cool. But like I said, I think the Generations is definitely nails the scale as much as you can nail a scale of a city bot. I mean, what are you gonna do? Scale's never gonna be. I'm all about relative scale, so. But it doesn't look bad. And here is a combiner in Legends scale. So you make the decision. I definitely think he may be too small, but it has enough contrast for me. Let's just show the lights for a minute. So let me turn these off so his eyes light up with the use of a magnet. Okay, maybe I gotta go in here and do it. There we go. Eyes light up. Right here lights up. Right here, his shoulders on both sides light up. His feet light up. And right here lights up. And also in the back, which right there and right there. Now, I'm gonna take this out just to show you the light source. So basically, it's these little LED panels. So yeah, it's just you plug it into here. Like I said, I'll go into more. And then there's a little space back here that fits this. It actually has a little cutout for the top portion. And this fits like perfectly in here and creates that little type of thing. So maybe I'm gonna put something on there that doesn't glue, but just to put it in. All right, so let's get, I'm gonna turn off all the lights first, but let's just get it up close on his face. I know a lot of people didn't like his face because, and we'll do articulation now. So his mouth does move. His eyes light up, of course. His mouth opens up. And he can move his visor back and put it down. I think I like the visor back, so I'm gonna leave it back. I had it out just for the review. You can take this off. It does make it a little easier to adjust. Oh wait, maybe I can't move the visor with, I don't know, with the battery in, because the battery doesn't go all the way. So it's hard to move his visor with the battery in all the way back. So you probably have to move it all the way back and then put the battery thing in. So I'm gonna leave it down for now. Didn't know that before. So that's good to know. That's why we do reviews. So we know little stuff like that. The guns light up as well in the front and is in the side. Both guns do it. I'm not gonna do both guns because it takes a couple seconds to figure out. And further articulation, so these things move up and down like this. His head can move all the way around. Kind of gotta work it. This isn't all the way up either. It doesn't, it's hard doing transformation, I'll let you know, but it's hard. There we go, it's all the way up now. So you can move his head all the way around, as long as that panel's all the way up. His head goes up about that much, goes down about that much. Not a lot. It does go side to side a little bit, just a tad bit. He has these guns right here that you can manipulate and pull out. So that's part of articulation, I say. You can use that for whatever though. There's his gun back here. These guns don't do anything really. His arm is on a ratchet and they move 360 on that ratchet. They move up about 90 degrees on there, both sides. This one a little less because the gun does hit a little thing up here protruding. But you got that. You got a bicep, a double jointed bicep that gets you the full bicep. I mean the full elbow. Bicep is a swivel, so you do get the full bicep too. Fingers, you have the thumb on an independent ball joint, and you have one and the knuckle. Like the ball joint goes up and down, and also the knuckle goes up and down, and then you have the other knuckle top knuckle. So you basically have everything a human has, just like with every finger. Every finger is individual, and they all have all the movings of a human. You can spin his hand around 360, and it doesn't move in or out. Waist, you can get 360. And no ab crunch. I didn't expect him to have one, but would have been cool. Legs. He has ratchets forward and back. And he does the full hurdles, and the ratchets hold. He has ratchets, soft ratchets out to the side. And as you would expect Metroplex to get the full splits, he does, because it's part of his transformation. Although that ratchet joint isn't the greatest. You have ratchets in his swivel, his thigh swivel. You got his knee has soft ratchets that get you 90 degrees. And he also, does he have a, no, I thought he had a bend on his knee, but he doesn't. He has a bend for the transformation. And his foot goes all the way down, and it has a slight rocker. Not the greatest rocker, but I mean, he is a Titan, so what are you gonna do? And I think that's it. These things pop open. Of course, you can bring this down if you want. This thing pops off a lot. This down here, I don't know if he's fighting. If you want to bring out the missile pods, guess this is what they are. You can transformation, move this up like this, put this down. Oh, I found out where it goes. So here's the one right here on this elbow. It just fell off, so I'm probably gonna have to glue it. So that must be what the other one did. It must have fell off. So yeah, like I said, there's some pieces that aren't great, but you want to make a fist. It doesn't even have to be like a really good fist, just enough to fit into this little piece. It's enough space. Probably should make it first before you're about to fold it over. Then you can fold it over. Put it in there. Put this up there like that. So over here is the same way. Hold this elbow up all the way. And I should see where it goes. Yup, right there. Must have fell off in transit. That's cool. The whole time looking for it. Over here again. Got a little interrupted, so I think I was here. Hopefully I was here. Put the fist in. Put this up like this. There we go. So you're supposed to move this down like this and push his head in. His head is super tight. The panel that it's on, I don't know what to do about it. I can't get his head all the way in. I'm afraid if I keep pushing, I'm either going to break it or destroy my fingers. But yeah, I can't get it. I don't know. I'm going to try to work on it, but just know you're supposed to push that head in. Put these forward, and of course you lay him down. So you know, basically like this. I like to get his wheels out now just because. So you flip this panel right here, flip that out, pull his wheel out, and it should tab on to there. That's important because, and there's a little flip to get his wheel out. Put this down, tab that thing on. Then there's a wheel down here. You flip this out, flip it back down. Again, that's important to flip it down and kind of like get it connected. It doesn't do great, but it does a little bit. His wheels will move. Move this down, move this down. And then you move this forward. Move this forward. Then there's a brake. You move the leg this way and it's tabbed on. Then you can move it sideways and then tab it back in a separate tab. Do the same over here. Move that, move it, tab it on, and then it's close enough for you to tab everything together. Tab it all together, then you flip this out right here. Flip this out right there. And you can pull this up if you want. Since it is a battle station, it's up to you. Now you can move this up. And these are the pieces that are extra. So you just move this up. Oh, I forgot one piece too that I didn't show. Move these up here like that. Put little cars in there maybe or something. Then you have these little things on both sides. These little holes right here. You can add his guns too. These guns. This is a battleship station. And you can add these guns over here. Add this one over here. And there you are minus the head. So he's in his battle station type thing. Which is always him just sitting down, really. With his legs out. Let's get these guns off. And his head really bothers me. I hate that I can't get it down. That's probably the biggest gripe I have. One of the biggest gripes is this head. Put that back down. You can also pull this out as well. I didn't really realize that. So I'm putting him back in robot so he can go to his full base mode. It's easier just straight from robot mode. Also be careful not to push this in there when you're transforming it, or you'll probably need something to get it out. So having basic robot mode. I didn't take the hands out just because you got to put them in this mode. So you want to turn the waist 360. You can fool with all this stuff right here. But you just pull this up a little, pull this thing out, and then push this down. Then you can spin this around like this, and that's kind of the final position. Now you want to take his arm, you can move it out and spin it around. Move it up a little bit, spin around while you're moving it this way, and then it can move this thing if you want, depending on how you want it to look. Stuff like this stuff looks more building-ish, kind of. Then you move this other arm around like this. Again, I think this stuff got more building-ish. Then you can put these guns on the side of his arm. And you can put the other one back here. Move this over and out like that. And him being backwards, you can move this down, move the feet down, move the feet down, move this part down, move this part down, and then you can move this up and out, and then break the connection. Now this ratchet right here doesn't hold up, so if you have it up like this, it's not going to stay where it's supposed to stay. So you probably need to put it on the ground and then get it. Then I'll put this up here like this and move it. If you know anything about Metroplex, you know. Now, right here, you can It's a little tab there. You can move that out, move it out over. Do this one as well. Move it out over. Has a lot of nice detailing in there. I know. Pull this out here. It doesn't quite go all the way down. I don't know why. Like, it should rest on here, but it's not doing that. So it's kind of weird to me. Should have made it a little longer, but I'm not sure what they could have done to make it longer. And you can move these up like kind of like canopies. And unfortunately, his head is not. I'll just turn his head around just for now, just so you can't see anything. So you can't see his face. And you can actually, like I said before, you can take these off. So it's more of a ramp if you like that, or you can leave them on. I just like to leave them on. It's like extra stuff going on. Now you can bring in the guns, the bigger guns. He can still have some guns on his side. Still have some guns on the side over here. And then you can rearrange this however you want. Be apart, or you can put him on either one of these things. There's just two peg holes, peg spaces. And you can even move this up here if you want to give it a little antenna. And you can tab it on there. You can move it down in order to give him like a gun if you want. And I think that's it. It's up close and personal. You see, got the little garage if you want. You got the little bays here. Work on different cars. Got the guns, the helipad. Got the city stuff. And yeah, I think it's great. This is the wind blade if you like that. And then you can turn on all the, let me turn off the lights. And with most of the lights off, you can see the city is alive. So I think that looks great. Yeah, I think it's a great figure. Or not a great, it's a good figure. I say great a lot, and I'm gonna stop that in 2024. Sometimes when I say great, I mean not bad, but I'm gonna be more conscious of my words in 2024 because it's not a great figure. It's a good figure. And if you need a Metroplex, especially a legend size, this is, you know, this is an option. Now, me personally, I do wish Like Toys would get theirs together, or somebody else. I know they had the four. I know not theirs is 4'2", but I know Luren Resources, I think, have the 4'1" that's coming out. However, it looks like it only turns into spaceship mode, which is weird to me. I don't know if they just didn't put it in the promo images. The only reason I'm not getting it because it doesn't turn into the base mode. At least in the pictures, it doesn't show that it turns into the base mode. Just turns into the spaceship mode, the tank, whatever, the long thing, and a robot. So I said, so I passed. I don't know. I'm waiting for another Metroplex, but this is my first, and I'm excited because I had Metroplex as a kid. All right, so if you like this review, leave me everything you need to leave me, and I will get up with you in another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.